Family, welcome to Tony's Barbershop, and today we have the great man, brother Reece, and I've been heard a lot of things about this brother here, you know, and in fact I know his dad is a boxer, and no wonder Reece is going to be in the making to be a great champion of the world. And in fact I know he's working right now for the Olympics, what's taking place next year, and I'll be here in the UK. So brother Reece, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, I'm real good, everything is nice, and thank you for presenting me in that kind of way.
Yes, my brother. Now the first thing I'd like to ask my brother, how did you get involved in boxing, you know?
The original reasons for me starting boxing, I was young, 14 years old, and originally, because when I was on the street, you know, Beckton, Stratford, I'm from the East London area, and all of my friends, they were into boxing, and they had 2 pairs of boxing gloves on the street, and everyone just took off their jackets and their bags, and we set up a ring in the street.
Seriously? Yeah?
Yeah, and one of my friends was like, Reece, why don't me and you have a box? I was like, I ain't doing no boxing, man. I said, rugby's my sport. Yeah, nah, man, we're just gonna have some jokes, you know, we're gonna have jokes. I said, nah, I'm good. And he, you know, like, I kind of got real bullied into doing it. And even though I wasn't a boxer, I knew if you were left-handed, which I am, which I ride my left hand, I do things with my left hand, I knew you were a southpaw. Yeah. I just knew what a southpaw was. And so as we're getting into it now, I had never boxed, but at the time the only person I was watching was Prince Nassim. So I thought the way Prince Nassim fights, and because I see him knocking people out, I saw him winning, I thought that is how you were supposed to fight. So I'm practicing all the things, you know, because when I see things, I can get it, I can really copy it, I'm really good at seeing things and really going forward and copying it. Right. So that's why even still when I box, if you gave me a style to pick, I can do that style. So I'm just doing all the things that Prince Nassim does, throwing punches at all these funny angles. Then I've hit my friend with a straight left hand right through the middle. I almost knocked him out. And one of my friends at that time said, why don't you come to the gym with me down Peacock Gym? They're open every Tuesday and Thursday. And I had nothing better to do on a Tuesday and Thursday. Right. You know, I remember it clearly as that, not having nothing better to do on a Tuesday and Thursday. And so as time went on, I went to the gym, and I was doing, for every mistake I made, it was 10 press-ups. You know, the trainer who trained me, he's now active coach at Pedro's boxing gym in Hackney, Colin Byrne. Okay. That was the first trainer that, you know, had helped me and teach me all the basics. And then so as that went on, I was boxing, I was training every day, and then I remember it was coming to January, which is my birthday. This was in December. Colin said, how old are you? I said, I'm 15 next month. He said, right, because I'm gonna move you up to the boxing squad. And from then onwards, I said, okay, I'm in the boxing squad. And he said, yeah, so you now have to come Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that whole idea of me stepping up, I was kind of energized by that idea that it's not no beginner no more. I'm now with the very big guys. You know, at the time, I saw that Peacock Gym had guys like Jamie Bow was doing the schoolboys, Jamie Bull. They had a real good junior squad, and so now the fact that I'm with them, the fact that I was good enough to be with them, I was really like, wow, you know, I'm going to be in the boxing squad now. And then at that time, that's when, you know, I started working more with my dad, because he was like, you know, if you're gonna box, that's up to you. But I'll talk to you when you're more serious. You know, he wasn't gonna work with me just beginner stages. So as I got more into it, that's when he came on board, and ever since then it was his advice that's helped me go forward. Right. Ever since then, you know, there's been certain situations that I've been unsure of, and I've been able to go to him and say to him, you know, this is what's happened, this is an offer that I got approached with, this is something that's happened in boxing. And you know, one of the things was in 2006, that year, I did the London Novice Championship in Crystal Palace. That was the first ever championship I did, and I won. And that same year was...
Oh, it's the first, yeah? And you won that, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
that was the first. And I remember I trained for that properly, you know, I really put the work in for that. And what was ironic about that year was the 2006 Commonwealth Games in Melbourne. And then my dad said to me, if you do your stuff properly, you'll be at the one in 4 years in Delhi. And you know, at that time when parents can talk or just elders can talk, yeah. You know, you just kind of dismiss it, but you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
And then so now as I'm boxing, and you know, I went New York, I trained a lot in New York ever since 2006. I was going back and forth every year. I was always meeting very interesting people in New York. I met highly profile boxing people. And the fact that I'm saying to my dad, yo, I just met, you know, Junior Poison Jones, you know, he was 5-time world champion. He beat Marco Antonio Barrera twice. And when I met him, he kept saying, oh, you're a British fighter, Prince Nassim never wanted to fight me. And yeah. And because Nassim had beaten Barrera, he had beaten Barrera twice, but he was Nassim's mandatory. So he kept saying, "Oh, you're a British fighter, didn't want to fight me." And then I met Junior Jones, you know, at the gym Starrat City, which I trained at. They said, "Oh yeah, we've got the US #1, Will Rosinski," and I saw the pictures of Will on the wall, and then they had all these billboard posters they had with Zab Judah on there. Because Zab Judah done a lot of his training there. Zab's father, Yoel, trained there. You know, he trained his sons there. Because that Judah family, I think there's 7 brothers, but 5 of them are active fighters. And so I was training with 4 of them. You know, I trained with Daniel Judah mainly. I trained with Yosef Judah. I trained with Josiah Judah, and they had a cousin named Punchy. I was working with all 4 of them. So the fact that I'm meeting these people every week, I'm saying to my dad, "Yo, I've just met, you know, Zab's brothers. I've just got a picture with Zab Judah right there." And I was sending him pictures saying, "You know, I've got pictures with all these people." And so the fact that I'm meeting so much highly profiled people, and then at the time, this is one of my coaches, a late coach. He passed away this year, Jimmy O'Farrell. He was 85 years old.
Okay.
And now when I met Jimmy in 2006, and you know, when I'm looking on the wall and I'm seeing all these highly profile people that Jimmy's got pictures with, and then when Willie was in the New York Metros, the fact that Jimmy said, "Yeah, just turn up, come to the gym at 10 o'clock and we go down there." Jimmy's taking me all these places. I think Jimmy was around 80 years old at the time. The fact that Jimmy's taking me all these places, and there's certain highly profile boxers who I have their personal numbers and I'm in contact with them. So all of those experiences was just driving me to go forward even more.
Because obviously your dad played a very important part in terms of, I suppose, giving some advice. And plus he was a boxer as well as an amateur. How much impact your dad really has on you? Because I always know he trains you, but also got that father experiences.
It does play a major role because, you know, sometimes, you know, I think one of the things which is even coming, even to him on his part.
Do you get any arguments?
You know, all the time. You always have certain disagreements in between and wars in between.
You're so close, aren't you?
But one of the things that I could say, I think it's been different for him, because, you know, when someone's always spoken about, "Oh yeah, I should have a boy, I can train someone," you know, because before me he had 2 fighters, Ramsey and Des, and both guys were really good fighters, and he told both of them, "If you guys do your stuff properly, you could make that Olympic team, you can make that Commonwealth Games team, you can make," you know, he had a vision. He said to them, "If you do your thing properly, right, you could be there." And then my dad would say to me, "Just do what I tell you, and you go where you need to go." He said, "Ask me questions after. Just do what I told you first, then ask me everything after." So when at that time as well, I'm seeing certain guys who I'm sparring with, you know, because sometimes I'd go to other gyms, other gyms would come to my gym. The fact that there's guys who are England reps and I'm not getting beaten up, but they're not beating me up, and I'm not beating them up, but I'm in competition with them.
Right, right.
You know, training.
And that keep you kind of sharp as well, yeah?
Yeah, because especially being at Islington Boys, my first 11 fights was with Islington Boxing Club, which I've come back to now. I sparred with James DeGale, because we used to go to Dale Youth regular. And at that year, James DeGale was an ABA champion. And you know, he was #1 hot pickings for England squad. And they also had another middleweight, Simon O'Donnell there. So the fact that I can work with guys like James DeGale and Simon O'Donnell, we had at Islington, we had a 7-time national champion of Albania, Jetmir, who was also at Islington, and he was an experienced fighter. So I'm under these guys' wings. I'm getting a chance to work with these guys and spar with them. Sometimes go running with them, so you know I'm so motivated, and I'm motivated to be around them. Then, after I left Peacock in the beginners, I was at West Ham for just under a year. Kevin Mitchell had just turned pro. I was with Kevin's brother Vinny. Vinny was doing all these things as a junior, winning schoolboys, NABCs. That year they had, I think, 5 NABC champions.
So it looks like you've been among some very they kind of motivate you, all these champions in the beginning. The question would be now, how come you box for Jamaica, not England? I mean, what was the decision?
I think what happened originally, because I was, you know, like everyone, they say, yeah, you know, you want to win the championship and box for England. And I was just, at the time I was boxing, but I had beaten 2 guys who had been invited to England training camps. And so that was dodged. That was the hold on a minute. But if I've beaten those people on club shows and championship shows, how comes I haven't been invited?
Right.
And then Tony Burns and the whole Repton coaches team, they had people that they knew in Jamaica, because Tony Burns had worked with the Jamaican team for over 15 years. And so he said to me, oh, do you want to box for Jamaica? And I was like, alright then. But, you know, I didn't take it 100% serious. But in 2009, as I then broke into that open class, I was kind of struggling with open class. I was losing fights, I was getting robbed in certain fights, and I was still a big guy. So then everyone said to me, oh, if you train properly and, you know, discipline yourself more, you can do a lot more. So I said, you know what? I'm going to train harder, I'm going to take things to another level, I'm going to discipline myself, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to forget. Okay. But then I'd done everything, trained harder, started educating myself about training and dieting properly, and I was winning. So then at that time they said, yeah, you know, Jamaica's saying come in January 2010. But there was an issue in Jamaica, so the JDF boxers we were matched against was on patrol. So then it got moved to February. So then that gave me even more time to train and get more discipline and get more sharp. So as we've gone out there, and then, you know, I handled it, and then we boxed on the Saturday. We had to leave on Monday. We got back on Tuesday, and the ABAs was on Friday.
Right.
And then so I had the North East Divs to boxing the following Friday, and I won that North East Divs. So I'm now motivated because I've just won in Jamaica. I've just come back and won that part of the ABAs, and then I had a close fight with another guy who's now in the Jamaican squad with me, Jovan Young. He's now a light heavyweight. You know, a lot of people said I won, some said I could have done more. You know, there was debates about the decision, but we both moved on from there, and we both were in India together, we both in Ecuador and Panama together, so we've both gone forward. And one of the things that happened with that, as more people are seeing that there was a lot of fights, I gave a lot of good competition. I was ranked number 15 that year in the whole of Britain. Whole of Britain, yeah. So the fact that I'm seeing all of this, I'm saying, yeah, you know, definitely I can make it happen. And what happened, Jamaica said, you know, that they never had a team, and because I had already won in Jamaica, we both made the team for the Commonwealth Games. So, you know, I was like, wow, you know, my dad told me, if you do your stuff properly, you'll be there in 4 years.
Be there
And
in
then once the opportunity came, I said, you know what, I'm not watching it on TV this year. I said, I'm actually going to be there this year.
Let me ask another question, because I mean, there was an instance you were saying to me earlier on, who was out there talking about winning the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Those couple from Jamaica there, and they're trying to bully you, like.
Yeah.
I mean, share that experience with us, my brother.
I think what happened in Jamaica when we first went there, as it was me, Philip Bowles, who was in India with us, he came close to a medal. And Amit Patterson, he turned professional, but I think he's still active under Frank Warren. All three of us was in Jamaica at the weigh-in. They tried Amit Patterson's fight on paper, and even by competition, was the hardest one. He fought a guy, Ricardo Smith, who's an active fighter in Jamaica. He just won the Jamaican Contender. Ricardo Smith got a bronze medal in the Pan American Games in Brazil in 2007. So everyone is saying, boy, you're gonna lose, my boy fit. And Amit Patterson, he trains, you know, the way he trains, he energizes everyone to want to train harder.
Yeah.
You know, that's what Amit Patterson did when he came to Repton. He just got all of us on that high where we all want to train. Because he'd do 12 rounds on the bag, he'd do 6 of skipping, so everyone, is just, he got everybody in that mode. So they was trying to do that to Amit and psych him out. But Amit was in shape, Amit was fit, Amit was ready. And then Philip now, he went in there with the guy Sean Wheatle, who was the top guy for the JDF Jamaican Defence Force. And the JDF boxers wasn't as bad because they're a bit more quiet and they beat up everybody on the island. But then for me now, because of the way I react to things like that, it was kind of when you got one person clashing with the egos of 20. So TVJ was recording it. So while all of this is going on, this was right now TVJ cameraman recording it. And so then the coach, who was my coach at the time, Wendell Henry, said, don't do that. I said, no, I'm not scared of these Jamaican boxers. And I do it because I can. And he said, show your class. I said, yeah, but that can wait. I said, right now, they're trying to talk tough, and I know they're not tough. I said, I can see it. And so then the TVJ presenter said, we see that there was an issue between you and the Jamaican boxers. And then all the Jamaican boxers was angry, and I just said, yeah, I love the Jamaican boxers. So everyone looked at me like, you know, we're just going head to head with this guy, and he came out with something like that. So then as soon as we got on Barbican Beach, where the show was that night, over just by Kingston, when we got on the beach, because the whole show was set up on the beach, and there was 2 tents which were used as changing rooms. All I heard was, "That's the English boy! Knock him out! Him chat too much!" So all I could hear was entering the ring, "Knock him out! Knock him out!" And then when they see I was controlling the fight, and when they see the guy I was up against, Tony Robertson, his fitness level was just going down and down, and this time now I'm just getting higher. You know, as the fight goes on, I get stronger in the fight.
Just more stronger, yeah.
So because the warming up issue, we never had as much warming up time. And then because it was, you know, we're on the tent, so it was in sand, so we couldn't skip. So the way we had to go about warming up was done differently also. So I'm getting high. I'm on a high right now. That last round to go for it, and I could see that he was getting tired. And then as I could see he was getting tired, he went on one knee. He done that twice in the round. I was going for him again, and then one of the trainers who was in his corner, Richard Shrimpy Clark, a former world title challenger at flyweight, who also worked with me when I was in Jamaica. Shrimpy Clark just threw in the towel, and everybody in Jamaica was happy with our performance, because Amit Patterson, he had beaten Ricardo Smith, and he had beaten him so well, and nobody in Jamaica was used to ever seeing Ricardo Smith lose the way he did to Amit.
Okay.
And then the thing is, everyone was walking around saying, yeah, Ratty's fit, that's what they call Ricardo Smith. And then I know Ricardo Smith well because he's from the same part, Westmoreland, where all my family are from. So all my family know him. And then everybody, because when you go around Westmoreland, as this country, there's a lot of hills, there's a lot of terrain where you can do there's a lot of long runs. So everyone had known Ricardo Smith for because Smith can box good. Everyone had known him for how fit he was also. So the fact that they're now seeing him get tired, because Amit was aggressive that fight, and he kept it going for the whole three-minute rounds.
Right.
And everyone's saying, this boy, what's he done to Ray? And that's exactly the way everybody was. And then
because from there you got the respect, really.
Yeah. And then with Philip's fight with Sean Wheatle, Sean Wheatle, he was known because he did the Caribbean and Central America's games in 2006 in Venezuela. So he had a high profile also and doing his thing for the JDF.
Okay. The question will be now, 'cause I know you're boxing for the Olympics next year.
Yeah, everything we're doing now is on course, the road to London 2012.
Okay. I mean, the final question will be now, my brother. What do you see the future holds for you personally?
Where does the future hold for me? I've realised now through my experiences, I've gained so much experiences where I can do boxing and go into so much activities within boxing still, because I've been around boxing so much, I've been around so much people, you know, I've taken the time out to educate myself about the game of boxing. I understand the history of boxing, and also being a boxer who does a lot of work in New York, being a boxer who lives in London, who's from East London, so the very same area where the Olympics is going to be in Stratford, my hometown. I can see a lot going on for me on that side of things also, and then to have Jamaican parentage and to represent Jamaica, there's so much potential there, and as well as doing so much work in America. So due to the fact that I'm able to cross so many borders, I see so much potential there for me. But I think the main goal right now is to make the Olympic team. I mean, September we have the World Amateurs in Azerbaijan, and I qualified for the 2011 Pan American Games in Guadalajara, Mexico. That's going to be the first major event held outside of Mexico City.
Okay. Alright then, my brother. My brother, Reece.
Thank you very much, and it's real good, you know, and we're at Tony's barbershop.
Yeah, man. And again, I'd like to give thanks for Reece, because I mean, like I said, the man's got a wealth of seems like experience, a young head of well, look like a young man, but he's got a wealth of experience. And you know, it's really a pleasure to have brother Reece inside the shop. But this is just the first part. We're gonna have another part 2, where this time he'll be showing off his gold medals, you know? Okay, give thanks.